Warriors, there is more slavery in 2022 than any other time in history. It is called human trafficking of our children, of all people. And I'm talking about right here in America. Let's think about that. I constantly warn you about online safety, modern day slavery. That's what it's being referred to, especially with our girls and women of color, affecting over 60% of those sex trafficked. Why aren't we talking about this? Why aren't we out in the streets screaming about this? Why aren't we working on this issue and not that? I'll leave it alone for a while. I was thinking I am in the process of writing a new newsletter right now. And I recently, actually just yesterday, was out in New Jersey at a farm picking strawberries. What did I see, warriors? I saw lots of families with children of all ages, little kids being pulled in wagons by parents and grandparents. And I knew this because they were calling out pop, pop, grandma, granny, granddad. And the teens were busily bending down, picking the strawberries off the plants. And I stood for a moment and I thought to myself, the sky is blue. This is a beautiful day out on a farm, nothing but, kind of quiet conversation, laughter, and the farm animals in the background. And for that moment, I said, tranquil, calm, serene. And I was thinking, because we know what we've all been going through and our kids have been going through. It is time, it is June to get back to basics. And I truly mean this. Back to basics, what am I talking about? June, summertime, kids are out of school on vacation. What does that normally mean? It used to mean swimming, biking, going to friends and relatives' homes, just playing outside. Even in a backyard, that's what it meant. Maybe going to camp. New world, 2022. I say that a lot because I want to stress it is a new world. It is not going back. So we need to adapt, and we can do it because we're warriors, right? I want all of us to understand that June is also Internet Safety Awareness Month. And I did a great piece I'll be posting later on OAN, One America News, with Natasha Sweet, the anchor, about June is Internet Safety Month. And barely anybody touched upon it that I heard about in the media, but we did a great segment together. What does that mean? June, the kids are out of school, summer vacation, more time on their hands, more time spent online. As far as June is Internet Safety Month, this is a time when we are supposed to be focusing the 30 days of June on internet behaviors, indicators of what is right and wrong. It actually started in 2005. Nobody's talking about it. It's a really good time to just start the communication. I kid you not. It starts with a couple of easy steps, communicating with your kids. Review, talk to them, ask them what apps they're on, what platforms they're on, and just start asking questions. The kids want us, believe it or not, to be their partners. Digital trust, that's what we need to develop. Also, educate yourselves. Go to linswarriors.org. I am constantly, every single day, putting information out on the website, linswarriors.org, also my Facebook and Twitter, Lins Warriors. I mean, you can't get, how easy can it be? Everything's Lins Warriors. Also, my weekly radio program on WVOX, Lins Warriors. That is every Wednesday, 3 to 4 p.m. Eastern Time, and that is WVOX.com. Unless you're in New York, it's 1460 a.m. New York. WVOX app. So when people say, where can I hear you? I say across the universe because we have an app, and WVOX.com. The information is there. You have to sit down and calm down for a moment and start absorbing it and learning it, okay? Because the predators are winning right now in 2022. So with kids out of school and more time on their hands and spending it online, and we can't blame them because this is the world they've grown up in, right? And then the pandemic, they're spending more time online. Actually, the new study that came out in March says that tweens and teens, and that would really be, I would say to you, ages now like 10 to 17, are spending 7+ hours a day online. An alarming and shocking figure, though, is 8 to 12-year-olds are spending practically 5.5 to 6 hours online. And they're going on all the apps like Facegram, Instagram, and TikTok, which are developed for 13 and older, but there's no age verification. So they're checking a box. And you know what, warriors? You know this. I've been telling you, they will be exposed to harmful content, pornography. We call it cyberbullying, but I was just thinking about this. It is worse. It is some form of criminal abuse, because if I post a picture online and all these anonymous friends of mine or followers attack me and tell me, oh, you look ugly, oh, you look this, oh, you look that. Can you imagine? And I don't care, because they're just bullies hiding behind a computer screen. They would never say it to my face. But can you imagine a little kid having to deal with that? The kids are vulnerable. So we have that. So you've got to talk to the kids. Number one, get engaged, in what they're doing. Ask them about the games. Gaming's a big thing, especially with the boys. Ask them, do you know everybody on this app, on this gaming site? Is it your actual real friends? Are they strangers? And talk to them. Use this June as Internet Safety Month to start the conversation. Because remember, we're going into Web 3.0 to metaverses. We'll leave that for another time, because that's a whole nother program, warriors. But engage with them that you're interested. Okay, review with them their privacy settings and ask them to change them with you, or you change them. Remember, you're the parent. I can't tell parents what to do. I can only advise. You know what is best for you and your children. Review, though, those privacy links, review those privacy settings, privacy pins if you're using, the TV with Roku or something like that. Go over all of that. And the biggest thing is start really talking about, we have to have reality, what is going on online with your kids, okay? If I just told you the latest study, one of the latest studies is showing an alarming increase with 8 to 12-year-olds online, they're going to see things. It's not if, it's they've already seen or when, okay? We do know approximately about 1 in 4 children. Some studies say 1 in 5, but we always know, warriors, the numbers are higher, right? Because things don't get reported with this, that it's probably close to 1 in 4 children. When I say children, I mean from whatever age is using the internet online up to 18, will be approached by a stranger. We also know, remember, it's higher, that 40% will respond, whether it's sexual dialogue, image. We can't have this. So use this June 2022, as a good time to review what is appropriate online, what's not appropriate, and how, no matter what, I don't care, warriors, it is imperative that we save our children, that we protect our children, that we teach our children, so that they don't learn from the predators online. No matter what they see, no matter what they've done, that they are able to come to you, right? And report to you, this image, I've done this, somebody tried to get a hold of me, I was sent this picture, because I'm talking to a lot of middle school, high school kids, and they all, every single one of them, without exception, reporting to me, they've seen nude images, or they've shared nude images. We have to get a hold of this, warriors. So we want to use June as Internet Safety Month and really start this discussion within our homes, within our communities. That is being a warrior, because remember, there's no help out there. So we have to do it all ourselves. And I want to get back to the summer. It is a great time. I don't care. We're all getting lazy. We're all getting used to, we're all online. Let's get back to going outside, playing outside, joining local activities. Parents keep an eye, or caregivers, grandparents, on what is going on. I don't even, camp, that's up to you. Be very careful with these camps, especially sleepaway camps. There's a lot of stories of abuse. There's a lot of proof of abuse. Be very diligent in your research. There are so many different things. I don't care if you say 1 hour a day, we're going to stay off the internet. You got to start somewhere, warriors. You go in the backyard, you plant a plant. I don't care if you bake a muffin. I don't care if it's okay, we're all going to read for an hour. Now, I understand this is hard to do with everything going on. parents working, but we've got to, if we lay the groundwork and have those discussions and the kids know what's appropriate and inappropriate online, we're going to make it easier all around. And I can tell you, so many kids will say, I knew it wasn't right to send an image, but I did, or I knew I shouldn't have. So let's utilize this. Let's leverage the internet for good. Let's get back to basics. I don't care if it's sitting one night a week to eat dinner all together, lunch all together, taking a car ride, volunteering, you know, there's so many things you can do. And look forward, please sign up for my newsletter. Go to linswarriors.org, scroll down on the right side. It says e-newsletter. A new one will be going out Wednesday morning, and this is actually Monday evening. And it will be chock full of different things you can do with your kids. But warriors, I don't care if you walk to a library and you all pick out a book. Remember, we've got to come back to basics. We've got to come back to family. We've got to come back to just doing things together, right? Because there's a full-on war for our children on every level, from their schools to society to the entertainment landscape. It's up to us. Find that thing you can do with your kids. Teens, it's a little more difficult, but you know what? They'll appreciate if you start talking to them. And it's also difficult. I'm working with a lot of families that don't have a lot of means. So the warriors, I'm all about coming up with free resources, free activities, things that don't cost money, because we know right now we got to save our money for gas and for food and whatever else is coming our way. And I guarantee you, with the kids, the internet, it's only going to get worse. And not to be such an alarmist, but I want to scare you because what I know is completely frightening. So take advantage of what I'm telling you. Get back to basics. Sign up for the newsletter. Go to linswarriors.org and look for these tips and studies and things like that. And just protect your own family, your own kids, because they are our future. And right now, there's nobody out there protecting them. I work with Washington. I work with New York State, where I live, on laws, on legislation. And yes, things are in the works and we're working hard. But in the meantime, a lot of noise. And it's taking forever with the red tape to get things done. So go ahead. It's June. Recognize that June 2022 is Internet Safety Month. Start talking about it tonight. Start talking about it tomorrow. Check your children's devices, because you know what? And do it with them. First of all, an 8-year-old, you take that device and you check it. You're most likely paying for it. Am I correct? I think so. And the internet. Get to it and see, put on those settings, those safety settings. Lots of good places you can go to learn more. Remember, leverage the internet for good. You can Google just about anything, but there are different sites where you will learn so much you need to know. You can go to protectyoungeyes.com. Our good friend Chris McKenna has a lot of great tips for tech. He will even help you if you don't know how to do something. His email's right there. You can email him. You can always email me at lynn@linswarriors.org. I'll explain anything to you. You can also go to protectyoungeyes.com, all about conversations that warriors you need to have about pornography. Child after child after child is beginning to see these things at age 4, 5, 6, if left unattended on a computer. A friend of mine was telling me how she set her niece up, and this is a common story, on, let's see, it was an iPad, and it was some sort of Mickey Mouse video. Niece is 3 years old, and she watched along for a few minutes, and then she thought, let me go into the kitchen and start getting dinner ready. And she came back a few minutes later, and it was full-on pornography, graphic, violent stuff, and she couldn't imagine. Once the little brain sees that, it can't unsee it. So we're not being prudes, warriors. We're protecting our kids from this graphic violence directed at a lot of children. A lot of the pornography today has children in it. We have a lot of CSAM, child sexual abuse material. So warriors, remember, there is more slavery today in the United States than any other time in history. And how can that be? And it's called human trafficking. We have to get a handle on it. because online is fueling all of this. So go in the backyard, plant a flower. You live in a city, take a walk to a park, go to a library, follow linswarriors.org. Let's all come together. Let's fight this together. I'm here for you. Let's all be warriors.